Welcome, my gents. How you doing, my gents? Just woke up not too long ago. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, and we have a knockout. I consider this to be a knockout, bro. Like Falcon Punch right here, bro. Like listen to this, right? Listen to this.
I just want to state tonight, as I'm reading my scriptures,
Mm-hmm.
is that I've never participated in any voodoo ceremonies.
Never.
If anything about voodoo that I talk about, it's about things that I read in books, and
It's
I
nothing wrong
don't
with
know where
that.
these accusations is coming from. I'm a
Accusations.
Christian. I just do research. I don't practice black magic. You can look on YouTube where it says Haitian ball cordis. I never put that there. That was somebody who made my YouTube channel, and
Really?
they left it there, and I never had the opportunity to get back to change the name into Pastor Leonard Elmira. But yeah, I'm not a
He's
voodooism.
a
I'm
pastor?
not a mystic. I don't know nothing about a cult like that. If anything, I just read books and read and hear what other people say, and I post it. I've never done black magic a day in my life, and I work at Burger King. That's it. I'm a Burger King supervisor, and that's it. So if you heard people saying that I'm a voodooism, I practice voodoo, I've never practiced voodoo a day in my life. I go to church on Sunday, and I don't have no parts in dealings with witchcraft or sorcery.
Okay. Okay. So that sounded pretty serious. That sounded pretty serious. Somebody said last night he was being sarcastic. That didn't sound like somebody that was being sarcastic. I mean, he could be sarcastic, um, but that don't sound like he sounded serious. You sounded serious, bro. So this is, like, and even if you're sarcastic, why are you doubling back on your words? What is wrong with you? Like, what? Why are you doubling back? You don't have to double back. You don't have. There's no shame in being a witch, bro. Like, even if EA co-editing fucked everything up for half of the witches on YouTube, it doesn't matter. People are open-minded nowadays about this sort of things. I mean, we have gay parades and gay villages and all kinds of shit. Like gays are super. There's gays all over the place in movies, TVs. Shit, did you see? Man, you guys saw that video with the black rapper. I don't know what his name is. Um, you know, um, Damn, I don't remember his name. Okay, but that was some pretty gay shit. That was like a gay porn video, man. And it didn't, people didn't react as crazy. I mean, it's a crazy looking video, but a lot of people still accepted it. People, it's not like people are talking about it right now. There's a lot of shit that's acceptable nowadays. So you don't have to, like, if you are a witch and you're just being sarcastic, maybe you doing too much right now. You know what I mean? Maybe you acting a little bit too extra because sometimes you can diminish your own strength by being sarcastic. Sarcasm is not a good thing. You shouldn't be sarcastic. It's like pointing a finger and there's three fingers that's coming back right you when you're being sarcastic. So it's not a good thing to be sarcastic. You're actually reaffirming shit. Like, you're actually, like, what you're actually doing when you're being sarcastic is that you're negating your own vibrations. So that's why sarcasm isn't good. I'm a sarcastic kind of person too. I like sarcasm, but sarcasm is also connected to your confidence level, right? So when you're sarcastic, you kind of like don't feel like something is possible. So you become sarcastic because you're like, well, okay, well, whatever, sure, whatever you say. All those are like reaffirming a different reality in your mind than the reality that you were already heading towards. And sometimes even people will be like, "You don't be so pessimistic. Don't be so pessimistic." Blah blah blah. But you sitting there being sarcastic because your logical mind is kind of like, "Well, man, that shit, that was some BS right there." Blah 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 blah. So, you know, again, spiritual work, spiritual leader, not being a spiritual person. And I know it's funny to hear because sometimes I be wilding out. I'm okay. You got a point. That's true. I do be wilding out sometimes, but you know, this is YouTube, so it's only a character that I'm playing. But hey, man, hey, y'all. I don't think this is not the guy that's gonna take me down, man. Like, what I mean, bro. Like, I mean, scriptures and shit, man. Hey, never mind. Your person that you believe in can have some power, nonetheless. You know, um, he has so much power I can't even say his name, or else I'm gonna get cursed and shit. you know. So there's something to look in there. I don't think it's the right thing to do to be looking at those things. If you're doing that much research, then you should research the other side too. But you don't practice witchcraft, so there's no. And he has actually. So you can't really like. You have to practice to know. You have to experience to know. You don't have to be religious, but you have to have a practice. I'm not religious, but I do have a practice. I'm not a Luciferian, not yet anyway. Until proven otherwise, I'm not a Luciferian. Never been to a Luciferian church. Shit, I don't even have. I more or less have Luciferian friends, more or less, more or less. You know, so, but I practice the same teachings. I practice the same, the same doctrines, the same edits. Um, but hey, man, like I told you guys, bro, like y'all are following false prophets. Sorry to call you that, but it's false prophets ish. Because the thing is, when you look at your channel, when we look at me, a regular person, that doesn't know you, I look at your channel, I'm gonna think that you practice voodoo. I listen to your content, I'm gonna think that you practice voodoo. You know, so and you got like 16,000 subscribers and shit. And you work at Burger King, bro. Like, there's no such thing as a bad job, but like, you don't look like a guy that works at Burger King. You know what I mean, bro? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of iffy shit, man. I thought you was a jeweler. I thought you were a jeweler. That's what I thought. I thought you was some kind of jeweler, or you worked for a jeweler. Like, by the way you make your shit, this is what I thought. That was my preconceived notion, is that you were an apprentice in a jewelry store or some shit like that, right? Or you knew some people at a jewelry store. I thought that was your hustle. I thought her jewelry was your hustle. I didn't know that you work at. I didn't expect you to tell me that you work at fucking Burger King, right? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, man. I'm judging by your YouTube videos. I'm not judging you by the person. I'm judging you by the YouTube videos, bro. Because that's what your YouTube videos alerts to. If a random person looks at your YouTube, that's what he's gonna think. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure that's what the person's gonna think. So, knockout. You know, And a lot of people was on my channel telling me, he be killing niggas. Yo, he's gonna. I've been doing this. He's been doing this for years, man. He's gonna tear down your channel. So it's because of the Christianity that my channel was gonna be teared down. You think that the one that I cannot pronounce is going to take down my channel? That's what you think? Like that's why. That's the reason why. It's because of the Christianity. Hey man, there are many traffic flows both ways, is what I always say. In the spiritual world, you have to respect that traffic flow both ways, and the darkness must flow just as much as the light must flow. My channel is not going to be taken down because of Christianity. Christianity is not going to take down my channel. All right, it's not going to happen. Now, if you do some black magic, that's a different subject, maybe. Maybe that's a different subject. That's an actual thing. But Christianity's not going to take down my channel, man. Yeah, that's nah. If that's what you're waiting on, you got another thing coming. And shit, man, don't be scared. I'm a super sweet monster with the super sweet formula. Um, you know, you don't. Hey, man, like Hey, the darkness is creepy, but it's in the darkness. Of course, it's creepy, bro. But you don't need to be. You need to respect it, but you don't have to be afraid of it. Because respect and being afraid is two different things. When you're afraid of it, you're gonna panic, and you're gonna do all sorts of crazy shit. But when you respect it, you're gonna have a moniker of fear, a mediocre sum of fear about it. But you're not gonna panic, and you're not gonna go crazy. You're gonna take the teachings. You're gonna listen to the teachings. You're gonna take the teachings, and you'll be able to use it yourself. That's a very big difference. That's why I don't mind people fearing me, but there's certain kind of fear that I don't like. When the person says, "Man, that shit creepy," I understand what you're saying, but it's not that creepy. It's because you don't understand it, and you don't understand yourself. You need to understand yourself. The reason why it's creepy, maybe you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror. Maybe in the morning you look at yourself in the mirror and you be kind of shook and shit. Maybe, I don't know, but there's a reason why it creeps you out, because there's a lot of misconceptions about demons and shit like that. And yeah, they have demon faces. You can see horrific monster faces when you do shit like that. It can happen. It doesn't happen all the time, and it's actually pretty rare, because that's not the first form. It's not the go-to form for demons. When they come visit you, when they come see you, they try to maintain. I don't know if they try, but they maintain a human physical appearance, even though there's another aspect to them where it's like full on demon shit, like demon face, like scaly, sharp teeth, all that shit. Um, so somebody that doesn't practice is gonna always have that notion that if he does call Satan, or if he does call Lucifer, he's gonna come around with big horns and shit and blah blah blah. No, not really. Not the first time anyway. And there's probably a good reason why, if he does come and see you with his horn face and shit, there's probably a good reason why. Like, it has something to do with something. It's not just random, like it's not just random. Like, they all pretty much try to maintain a human-ish like face if they can. Because there's some demons that I've seen that they have that scaly face, and the sharp eye, and shit like that. So, anyways, man, I ain't trying to creep you out and shit like that, man. I'm just. It's better for you to know than not know. There's a reinsurance. There's more reinsurance in knowing the truth than not knowing. You know. Um. So yeah, man. I don't know. That seems like a knockout to me. That's a knockout right there, man. Like the guy, he's not as spiritual as people thought he was, and well, he's a pastor, so I guess that makes him a form of spiritual leader, I guess. Uh, you know, but is that like your beef? Is like, do you have like beef with like dark magicians and shit? I mean, like like I don't know, man, because he said that he had beef with E. I thought the beef with EA was something that happened in Haiti, or something that had to do with Haiti, because he was telling secrets and shit, and he was pissed off because he was telling secrets. So he has to do something with voodoo. If he's pissed off about EA telling secrets, then he definitely, or maybe he just didn't like the fact that EA was talking about voodoo and he's white. So maybe he got offended because of that. Maybe there's a little bit of a racial thing there. Because white people do voodoo, man. Like, whether you like it or not, there's a lot of, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of white people that practice voodoo. And that's the thing, in the left hand path, voodoo is so potent, it's such a powerful magic that a lot of left hand path people use voodoo because they don't fuck around with the seven deadly sins. They don't fuck around with the gatekeepers. They don't fuck around with the seven deadly sins. They fuck around with lesser demons, but I feel like they might be afraid of messing with the seven deadly sins. I mess with the seven deadly sins. I don't have a problem so far with them. So I guess when they don't get what they want from the seven deadly sins, they like move to voodoo, since voodoo, they could probably get what they want from voodoo. And there's a lot of white people, like most left hand patters are white. So, and a lot of them actually do practice voodoo too. Speaking of zombies, I was listening to a YouTube video. It was a white kid. He sounded pretty young, and he was talking about how to make a zombie. You know, how to attach a zombie to your body and shit. That's some voodoo shit right there. He called it a servitor, but the Haitians called them zombies. So, that was very interesting. That was very interesting shit. Very good video too. Very educational. There's some people that might want to do that shit. And so that was a white guy. I don't think So a lot of white people practice voodoo, a lot more than you think, and it's a potent magic. So when you're not, it happens, man. It happens, bro. I don't know why they practice voodoo at the same time that they practice demonology, um, Goetia, however you call it. I call it demonology. Um, Goetia, but yeah, that's what it is. It's demonology. That's what it is. Um, demonency, whatever. So you know, um, I don't know. This is some weird shit. So y'all been listening to absolutely, basically nothing, almost. Y'all been listening to this guy ramble on for I don't know how long, for years. Um, Speaking of rambling, you know, um, he's not part of the spiritual realm. He doesn't know. Even the pastor knows about this. There's a lot of pastors that knows about the spiritual battle. They don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes, but they know about it. They get complaints. They hear the noise. They get the downloads and the whatnots. And so you're just not there yet. You're just not that kind of person. Um, and shit. So, like I said, home run. Um, so yeah, I ain't got nothing else to add here, bro. Like, so don't make videos about me, man. Like, don't make videos. I'm not gonna make any videos about you if you don't make any videos about me. Period. Like, don't snippet my shit. Well, you can talk about me if you want to, but don't snippet me and put me in the meme and shit like that and blah blah. If you want to have a debate, if you want to debate this shit out, no problem. But don't snippet me, bro. Like, 'cause you're not a spiritual entity. I'm a spiritual entity. I'm here, but I'm not here. If you think I'm crazy, then you don't have to talk about me either, or make videos about me being crazy. I would love for you to do that. I would love that shit actually. That would be pretty nice. Um, but hey, I'm unless you do a video about me, I'm not gonna do a video about you, bro. Cause you're not even on that level yet. Like, you're not even on that level yet, bro. Like, it's weird. Even EA, like, if you listen, well, you can't listen to old EA videos now, but even EA, he would mention things about this spiritual battle. Like, EA didn't know if he was indigo or not. He didn't know if he was a targeted individual or not. Um, because the thing with the targeted individual movement, they make it so, the community, they make it so much about themselves. It's hard to know if, okay, well, if I practice magic and I'm surrounded by demons, does that make me a targeted individual and shit? Or if I'm doing this, does that mean that? Or if I'm capable of doing magic without actually using like conjuration circles and shit like that, does that make me indigo? Does that make me a jinn? So he didn't know that, but that's not his fault. That's because the targeted individual community, when you try to talk to them, it's all about them. They don't care about this whole power. They don't care about this spiritual power that they actually have. They don't care about the spiritual power that they actually have. They're more concentrated on the government is trying to stop me, the government this, the government that. That's their fault. But if you listen to old EA videos, he does mention shit like, oh, I've been harassed by a bunch of magicians and blah blah blah, and I eat their curses and shit like that and blah blah blah. So to me, there's certain triggers that's kind of like, oh, okay, he's indigo. He just doesn't. He's been so concentrated on black magic that he just didn't take the time to notice. And now he doubled, and he better watch out right now, man, because if the Illuminati smells blood in the water, they're gonna eat you up, man. Like, he better stand his ground. He better stand his ground, bro, because those guys are psychotic, bro. Like, they're bullies, man. Like, if they smell fear, they'll keep coming at you, bro. Like, it ain't nice. So you're not even on that shit, because that shit's like conspiracies to you, man. It's not a conspiracy to me. There are some conspiracy theories which I do tread upon from time to time, You know, but everybody does. You know, it's the name of the game. You don't have a choice. But I don't really talk about conspiracy theories. To me, it's real. You know, I know how it's built. I know how they did it. I know everything. There's, you know, and it's not just me. There's billions of documents. There's documents of the dark web. There's gajillion videos on YouTube, and not necessarily like, you know, super popular YouTubers that make videos. There's a gajillion videos on YouTube about shit. It's ridiculous. Um, so yeah, man, I'm out of here, man. Have a good one. Peace out.